Hello, Denise. How are you?
Good. Thanks for joining my class.
Thank you very much. So, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do? How did you join Canavia? Where are you from?
So yes, I'm Denise and I'm originally from Netherlands. This is also where I did my first part of my flight training, or at least until I had all my licenses there. And now I moved to the Canary Islands to teach flight and theory here.
So you also a flight instructor?
I'm also a flight instructor.
Very good, very good. So, tell us a little bit what is going on here, what training you do, and how you do it.
At the moment I'm teaching a PPL class. It's an online class because we have students from all over the world, and then in this way they can do the course without having to be present in Gran Canaria already.
How many students? I see 6, 7?
7.
Okay.
7 or 8, yeah.
So, what good or bad can you tell about this kind of training for people who are maybe not very sure, you know, how it is? People used to do the presential training at the classroom. Now I see that it's becoming more and more popular to do the online training. So from your experience, what can you say about that?
I think it's always starting off a little bit slow because people have to get used to how the technical side of it works, like how things work. And it's not as easy to make contact with your classmates. So you see that during the course, they get more familiar with each other and start making fun as well. And I think normally in class that's easier because you go drink coffee together. And, but that takes a little bit longer. But the advantage is that everyone has access to everything. So I can share all the screens if we want to look for something. I go do it, and they find ways to find each other on a digital level.
Okay, so you think it's not very hard to engage them in the training, right? Or how do you manage to engage them in the training? Because we know that when you're in the classroom, then you there is a live interaction between people, but how do you make them engaged?
People have to have their cameras on.
Okay. Okay.
So that we can all see each other, and I try to ask them different questions like you would do in the real class as well, to keep them in the presentation, like to keep them aware of what's going on. If I see people like a little bit going back, I try to ask another question. And I think some students make with the advantage of digital that you can use different tools. And for example, if I make a really bad drawing, they put it as their background, which is also...
So you're not allow them to switch off the cameras?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about their progress? How do you assess their progress during the course?
In the same way we would do in a physical class, we do a theory test after we teach 2 subjects, approximately, or 1. And then they have to do a school exam, and with that we can assess if they really get as well what I try to teach, and if they study, and you can really see by the results how much they got from it, or where you have to focus on more before they go to the real exams.
Last question. What would you advise to the new students who are concerning about joining the online class or some kind of an online training? What would be your advice how to keep that training in a good way?
I think it's getting used to it, but when they see the advantage of staying at their own country for now, or their own place before they go to the actual flying part, that gives also advantages. You don't need to travel a lot. You can just sit in your own office behind your computer, and it's not scary because you will see that the classes are full with other people doing it. So I mean, from my own experience, I mean, even if I have an opportunity to come to the real class, if I see an opportunity to do it online, I mean, yeah, I would
probably prefer myself. I would probably prefer do it online. Denise, thank you very much for your answers.
Thanks for joining my class.
Thank you very much.